Hoppy is one of the best performing meme coins on Ethereum, yet it's still relatively small in market cap. So we have got positive momentum, potential upside. Let's have a look at the blockchain analytics. Let's see who's buying and selling here and how solid this rally actually is. So we're currently at a price of 302207. The price went up by 176% in the last month alone. And the rally seems to be pretty stable, right? We are climbing with not that much volatility, at least recently. Of course, we did see our bearish times as well. Now let's figure out who dumped the price before. Let's have a look at the number of holders over time. Let's figure out what retail is doing versus what the whales are doing. So we've got almost 17,000 holders on chain, and the largest of the holders tends to accumulate over time. This is good. Now on the left side, we see the number of wallets that have at least 4.5 million Hoppy tokens. At the current price, that's roughly $1,000 worth of the token. For the chart in the middle, we go another 10x in minimum holding. So that's now $10,000 worth of the token. For the chart on the right, another 10x, so $100,000 worth of the token. We see how small retail continues to accumulate. We also see how medium-sized retail continues to accumulate. Only the whales, the very, very large wallets, don't really change in numbers. Now let's zoom into the blockchain details of just the last month, where we got our almost 3x return. Here are the same kind of charts with the same kind of thresholds, but only for the last month. Again, retail is accumulating very, very constantly. The number of retail investors grew by roughly 15% or so. Then there's medium-sized retail that grew by roughly 5%. And then we've got the whales, a very slight change of a decline of 2 wallets. Now, why am I talking about Hoppy on this channel? It's because it's in that sweet spot. It's not that small and it hasn't just launched yesterday that it's going to rug pull tomorrow, but it's also not that big that there's no more upside potential. When we buy meme coins, we want to get multiple X returns. We don't just want to have 5 or 10% returns. And so here is how Hoppy fares relatively speaking. This is the trending tokens on Ethereum, and Hoppy is the 19th largest in terms of liquidity. In terms of trading volume in the last 24 hours, it's at rank 15. Yet the market cap is only at 94 million. Now let's have a look at how we can potentially time this token. How can we buy and sell? In general, I'm a fan of buying tokens that have a growing investor base, where a lot of new investors come into the token, because the more new people are in, the higher the price can sustainably go. Now what we've got over here is the number of new users in purple and the number of returning users in orange. On the left side, we've just got this numerically. On the right side, we've got this normalized to 100%. Now what's interesting here is the 10th of October. The number of new users really went up quite a bit. And those are the kind of data points I like. Those are the kind of data points that potentially precede price rallies. Let's have a look at that 10th of October. It was pretty much the bottom, and subsequently we've seen a rally of more than 100%. Now, unfortunately, we don't see a lot of new users today, but still it very much makes sense to look at this metric regularly. Now, those charts come from a tool that I've developed myself. You can plug in any Ethereum token into this tool. It's part of Premium. Link is down below, thebitcoinstrategy.com. But there's also potentially something to worry about for Hoppy, and that's its current attention. Whenever attention spikes, it tends to be a bad time to buy. Have a look at this, the 6th of July, a lot of buyers, a lot of sellers, a lot of attention. Here's the 6th of July on the price chart. It was the absolute tippy top, and subsequently we saw our drawdown of almost 80%. The Hoppy token is not necessarily at bottom attention. It's not as high as it used to be, but still it's not at the bottom. So this could be not that great. Again, this needs to be closely monitored. When this turns around, it's a bad idea to keep holding. Let's say you would have monitored the number of daily buyers in July, and then you decided, say on the 13th of July or so, that we peaked in attention. This would have saved you from a subsequent decline of more than 60%. Now, analyzing tokens and trying to find entry and exit points is always good. It's always nice to use those on-chain tools. But the question is always, what's the interesting token to buy in the first place? And for that, I prefer wallet tracking. I like to look at wallets of influencers that might promote a coin afterwards, or at least that tend to have a good win rate in the past. And so here's again something from Premium. We've got our influencer trade channel. And here's a free little nugget that I want to share. Influencer Kyle Chessy just bought the NDX token, which is a meme coin that rides the wave of SPX 16900. We also talked about SPX 16900 very early on this channel. Here is that influencer, Kyle Chessy, 133,000 subscribers. We've got 12 of his wallets. We've got 419 wallets in total. And so of course I also share my trades with premium members. And for your information, I have already bought that token as well. So be aware of the potential conflict of interest here, right? If you now buy after me, the price goes up while I'm holding. If I then sell before you sell, I make money off of you. This is where the NDX token is currently at. We bought over here, we got our signal over here, we're obviously at an all-time high, so we're in profit. And the reason why I like the token is so much, because the market cap is still just at 19 million. So it's still another 4 to 5x until we are at levels of Hoppy. And so if you actively trade meme coins and you've got the impression that you still come very late to the party, again, feel free to check it out, thebitcointrader.com. There's also a 7-day money back guarantee. So in case you don't like what you get over there, simply message me within the first 7 days. I refund you 100%, no questions asked. So again, to summarize Hoppy, it seems like attention currently is very high. We do not see a lot of new investors in the last few days. It seems like things could be somewhat heated. It doesn't mean that the price can't go higher, but it does mean that at least a stop loss is warranted. It's very much possible that the price crashes another 50%. You don't want to be involved during that crash. If it's your first time here, feel free to subscribe. I publish videos regularly. A like would be very much appreciated as well. It helps the channel grow. Feel free to check out Premium. Feel free to check out the next videos. Cheers!